Back in the days when men still live in caves, there was a man named New Feast Hammermaker, known to his fellow tribesmen as New Feast. New Feast thinks of better ways and tools to aid him. He invented the cheap stone tool called the cootie point or the feast hammer. And his fire-using techniques were patterns of simplicity and precision. He is also a thinker and a doer. While others lazily sleep in caves for most of the day, he became strongly dissatisfied with their accustomed ways. He thought of ways to improve their style of life. Now, being a doer and thinker, he hit upon the concept of a systematic education. He chanced upon this idea from watching children play with bubbles for fun while the adults worked for security and enrichment of their lives. He thought that instead of playing, why don't they allot their times in learning more productive skills? So, the goal of systematic education is to provide better food, security, and clothing. He thought deeper and deeper until the subjects to be taught in this curriculum were inspired by their daily activities. They have fish grabbing with bare hands, woolly horse clubbing, and tiger scaring. His fellow tribesmen patronized his ways and the curriculum became successful. After a long time, New Feast grew old and some conservative members questioned his ways. They decided that New Feast should stop challenging human nature.
I know you, my fellow tribesmen. I know you as humble and devoted servants of the Great Mystery.
As a matter of fact, the Great Mystery has ordered this new work done, that I even did the work myself by causing children to want to learn, that children could not learn by themselves without divine aid, that they could not learn at all except through the power of the Great Mystery, and that nobody could really understand the will of the Great Mystery concerning fish, horse, and saber-toothed tigers, unless he had been well grounded in the three fundamental subjects of the New Feast School.
New Feast's appeal won over the conservatives' views and his subjects were pushed through. And the community knew that the heart of good education lay in the three subjects: fish grabbing, woolly horse clubbing, and tiger scaring. All were good and fine until Ice Age. The glaciers melted and the streams became muddy. There are no fish to grab, no horses to tame, no tigers to scare. Famine devoured the land until, driven by hunger, a man from the tribe went to the muddy pool and thought of a new way to catch fishes. He gathered vines and made a net. Together with a friend, they used the net to catch more fishes. Another man went to the forest, and after fruitless attempts at horse clubbing on antelopes, he gave up and decided to make a trap to ensnare antelopes, and there he succeeded. Another man decided to solve the bear problems. He and his friends dug a pit and covered it with leaves. After the bear fell into the pit, they stoned it to death. The three men were called the Radicals, and they proposed to change the curriculum as it is no longer applicable on their current situation. But the wise old men of the tribe said that it is not education, rather a mere training. But the Radicals insisted, saying that any person with good sense will not be interested in such useless activity. The wise old men replied that fish grabbing is taught to develop a generalized agility which can never to develop by mere training. Horse clubbing is taught to develop a generalized strength in the learner which he can never get from so prosaic and specialized a thing as antelope snaring. Tiger scaring is taught for the purpose of giving that noble courage which carries over into all the affairs of life and which can never come from so base an activity as bear killing. All the Radicals were silenced by this statement. All except the one who was most radical of all. He felt abashed, it is true, but he was so radical that he made one last protest.
Times have changed. Try these other activities. Maybe they have more educational value after all.
If you had any education yourself, you would know that the essence of true education is timelessness. It is something that endures through changing conditions, like a solid rock standing squarely and firmly in the middle of a raging torrent. You must know that there are some eternal verities, and the Saber-Tooth Curriculum is one of them.